suppliers moving at our pace, investing and doing the same thing we're doing right now, balancing between an EV world and an internal combustion engine world. And it's going to overlap for a very long time.
Chevy and GM just dropped a bombshell that's rocking the car world to its core. They've given their dealership networks the boot. But why? What's driving this change? And how will it affect you as a consumer or a dealership owner? Think about it. This decision didn't just pop up overnight. It is a big shift, and it will affect the auto industry, changing it forever. What's happening? GM and Chevy are shaking things up in a big way. They're ditching the old school dealerships and stepping into the future with a direct-to-consumer sales model. Imagine this. No more tedious visits to a dealership trying to negotiate a good deal. Instead, you'll have the power to buy your next vehicle straight from the manufacturers, right from the comfort of your own home, online. Can you believe it? This is more than just a change. It's a radical shift away from the dealership-driven system that has dominated car sales for generations. Now you might be asking, why? Traditionally, dealerships were the middlemen in the car buying saga. They played a crucial role. They showcased vehicles, let you take them for a spin, navigated the maze of financing, and sealed the deal at the end of the day. But by cutting out the intermediary, GM and Chevy are not just simplifying the buying process, they're ushering in an entirely new level of convenience. They are following in the footsteps of innovators like Tesla who have already shown that this model can work. But what's in it for us exactly? How does this impact us, the consumers? First and foremost, lower prices are one of the most significant advantages of this new model. Without dealerships marking up prices to cover their overhead costs, GM can offer vehicles at more competitive rates. This means you could save thousands of dollars by purchasing directly from GM compared to buying through a dealership. Plus, with transparent pricing, there's no need to haggle or negotiate. What you see is what you pay. In addition to lower prices, the convenience factor is a huge perk. Instead of spending hours at a dealership, you can now browse models, customize your vehicle, and complete your purchase entirely online. This process is quicker, more efficient, and far less stressful than the traditional dealership experience. For buyers who are comfortable with online shopping, this is a major win. Another benefit is the increased level of customization that this new model allows. With dealerships, you were often limited to the vehicles that were available on the lot. But with direct sales, you can order a vehicle that's built specifically to your specifications. From color choices to tech features, you'll have more control over the details of your car than ever before. However, there are potential downsides as well. One of the biggest concerns for buyers is the lack of in-person interaction. Without dealerships, you lose the ability to test drive vehicles before purchasing them. This could be a deal breaker for some buyers who want to get a feel for a car before making a commitment. GM may need to offer alternative solutions such as virtual test drives, detailed online reviews, or extended return policies to address these concerns effectively. There's also the question of after-sales support. Traditionally, dealerships have been the go-to place for routine maintenance, repairs, and warranty services. Without them, GM will need to establish new networks of service centers or partner with third-party repair shops to ensure that customers can still receive the support they need after purchasing a vehicle. This will be crucial in maintaining customer satisfaction and trust. GM might need to innovate in their service offerings, perhaps even incorporating mobile service units or enhancing their digital support platforms to meet evolving customer needs. While this move may be great for consumers, it's a major blow to traditional dealerships. For decades, dealerships have served as the primary sales channel for automakers, and many small, family-owned businesses rely on car sales to stay in business. But GM does not care. They have got their eyes set on the prize. But what's their exact motive? Well, when you think about it, this trend isn't just popping up in a vacuum. It's part of a massive wave of digital transformation sweeping through the auto industry. More and more of us are diving headfirst into the world of online shopping for our most significant purchases. Whether it's trendy clothes or the latest tech gadgets, if we can buy it with a click, we probably will. In an era where convenience reigns supreme, it's clear that Chevy and GM are making savvy moves to remain at the forefront. Adapting to these evolving consumer preferences isn't merely a thoughtful strategy, it's essential for survival. Consumer preferences have transformed dramatically in recent years, and they are at the heart of this revolution. Today's car buyers are no longer willing to invest hours in the dealership, negotiating prices and enduring high-pressure sales tactics. No, they crave a seamless journey. one where they can make their choices comfortably from their living rooms. Chevy and GM are taking heed of this demand. Their embrace of online sales is a direct answer to what consumers desire. A smooth, hassle-free experience that echoes how they shop for everything else, from groceries to gadgets. But hang on, that's just scratching the surface. There are lots of factors that are pushing them to embrace this new model. The first and obvious one is the undeniable success of Tesla, which has turned the auto industry on its head. Tesla thrives on a direct-to-consumer model showing that skipping traditional dealerships isn't a pipe dream, but an achievable reality. By selling directly online, Tesla has built a fiercely loyal customer base without needing showrooms. Recognizing this triumph, Chevy and GM are stepping into a new chapter, eager to capture the hearts of a digital-savvy generation that prefers to browse and buy online. Yet the motivations extend beyond just customer convenience. With the elimination of dealerships, Chevy and GM are gaining unprecedented control over pricing and the overall buying experience. This shift means that they can standardize prices across every market, providing customers with consistency and transparency, eliminating the back-and-forth negotiation. Furthermore, they can better manage their brand image and customer interactions with their vehicles. This cohesive approach ensures that every touchpoint, from browsing to buying, is polished and efficient, enhancing the overall customer journey. Finally, let's talk dollars and cents. Running a traditional dealership network is pricey. Between real estate expenses, maintaining inventory, staffing, and marketing, costs can spiral out of control quickly. By transitioning to a direct-to-consumer model, GM can streamline operations, slashing unnecessary overhead. The potential savings could be significant and, importantly, might allow them to pass on those savings to consumers, making their vehicles more budget-friendly and competitive in a crowded market. But there is one more factor that we need to talk about in detail: data collection and direct relationships. This is by far the most controversial part of this whole shift: data and privacy. It has got everyone debating and arguing. So let's break down everything, the pros and cons. One major advantage to GM's new direct-to-consumer sales model is the treasure trove of valuable customer data that they can now collect. By interacting directly with buyers, GM is no longer in the dark about what customers really want. They can analyze intricate details about preferences, purchasing patterns, and vehicle customizations in ways that were simply impossible when sales depended on dealerships. This data isn't just numbers on a spreadsheet, it's the key to unlocking targeted marketing strategies, tailoring future vehicle designs, and delivering personalized services that resonate directly with customers' desires. If GM identifies a significant number of customers gravitating towards particular tech features, such as cutting-edge infotainment systems or unique safety enhancements, they can pivot pretty quickly. They can put those sought-after features front and center in their next models. Now, with a direct line to buyers, GM holds the power to anticipate shifting trends and preferences, ensuring their offerings align beautifully with the evolving needs of today's consumer. Imagine tailored marketing campaigns aimed specifically at individual interests or loyalty programs designed to reward repeat business. This strategy keeps customers entrenched within the GM ecosystem, cultivating brand loyalty that extends well beyond a single sale. Now let's hone in on the importance of personalized customer service, a game changer in this direct sales landscape. In the past, car buyers relied heavily on dealerships for support long after the purchase was made. But with this new approach, GM is stepping up to take on that role, revolutionizing how they communicate with their customers. Whether it's through engaging online chats, responsive phone support, or even virtual assistants leveraging artificial intelligence, GM is elevating the customer experience to new heights. So with all of these things, the future is bright for GM as they embrace this data-driven, customer-centric model. But there is some bad side to this approach, and one of the big ones is the fact that we will be subject to lots of data collection tactics. Remember when Congress got all the tech companies and confronted them about this exact thing? Now the car giants will be next. I'm going to be honest here, I don't want to be spied on. Do you? It just feels wrong. But what else can you do if that is the only way to buy your next car and get around? And it is not just us getting the bitter end of the stick. With this new model, dealerships face an uncertain future. And you need to ask, what about the dealerships? What's going to happen to the dealers? For many dealerships, the transition to direct sales represents an existential threat. Without new car sales, they'll need to find new ways to generate revenue, whether that's through offering specialized services, such as vehicle maintenance and repairs, or by pivoting to focus on pre-owned vehicles, if that is not going to be changed to. So some may even become service hubs for electric vehicles, offering charging stations and other EV-specific services to stay relevant. But the reality is that many smaller dealerships may not survive this shift. The economic impact of losing new car sales will be felt most acutely in small towns, where dealerships often serve as significant employers and contributors to the local economy. For these communities, the loss of dealerships could lead to job losses and reduced tax revenue, further complicating the economic picture. This is a huge thing. And moving to a direct-to-consumer model doesn't just affect how cars are sold, it also impacts the whole process of manufacturing, not just sales. So let's talk about it. Logistics, supply chain, and costs. Imagine a world where instead of churning out a flood of vehicles only to ship them off to dealerships, GM adopts a revolutionary build-to-order model. This means cars will be manufactured specifically in response to customer orders. It's a game changer for the auto industry, aligning production more closely with actual demand and minimizing waste. This approach comes with a wealth of benefits that cannot be overlooked. First and foremost, it significantly reduces the risk of overproduction, a common pitfall where cars sit unsold on dealership lots for months, gathering dust until they become last season's model. By producing vehicles only when there's a confirmed buyer, GM can ensure that every car rolling off the assembly line has a purpose. This not only minimizes expensive inventory costs, but also drastically cuts down on the need for those deep discounts that dealerships typically resort to just to clear old stock. It's a more efficient use of resources, where materials and production capacities are in harmony with the actual market demands faced by manufacturers. But it's not just about reducing clutter and costs. This build-to-order model offers a level of customization that today's consumers crave. Gone are the days of choosing between a handful of basic options. Now customers can handpick the exact features, colors, and options that resonate with them. It's all about creating a vehicle that feels uniquely theirs, driving engagement and satisfaction through the roof. This personalized buying experience fosters a profound sense of loyalty among customers who are far more likely to stick with a company that delivers a product tailored to their specific desires. But this is like a double-edged sword. It has its own flaws. So let's dissect it together. Manufacturing challenges. One of the significant logistical roadblocks GM must navigate is managing the nationwide delivery of their vehicles. Without dealerships functioning as local distribution centers, they need a solid strategy for transporting cars efficiently and on time. Possible solutions might include collaborating with third-party logistics firms or even developing an in-house delivery system designed to ensure each vehicle glides smoothly from the manufacturing facilities to the customer's driveway. This undertaking demands meticulous planning and execution to guarantee timely deliveries without compromising on vehicle condition. And don't forget about warehousing and storage. While the build-to-order system inherently lowers the necessity for vast inventories, GM must still maintain some vehicles ready for immediate purchase, just like Amazon. Striking the right balance between fulfilling custom orders and having available stock is vital for keeping delivery times manageable. Too much inventory could drive up storage costs unnecessarily, but too little might leave customers waiting weeks for their dream car. But investing in digital capabilities isn't just about keeping pace with current demands, it's about gearing up for the future. As technology and customer preferences continue to evolve, GM's commitment to a robust, adaptable digital infrastructure will be key, especially when you look at the bigger picture. GM's strategy. GM's decision to ditch dealerships aligns with another significant trend in the auto industry, the rapid rise of electric vehicles. With the global push towards sustainability and reducing carbon emissions, EVs are becoming increasingly popular among consumers. GM has recognized this shift and is betting big on its electric future. Their commitment to building more electric vehicles, such as the all-electric Chevrolet Bolt, the Hummer EV, and upcoming models in their pipeline, fits perfectly with their new direct-to-consumer strategy. EV buyers in particular tend to be more tech-savvy and are already comfortable purchasing large, expensive items online. They're also more likely to seek customization and personalization in their vehicle choices, which GM's direct sales model can easily accommodate. According to recent studies, a growing number of consumers are comfortable purchasing cars online without visiting a dealership in person. Virtual showrooms, interactive 3D models, and augmented reality tools allow buyers to explore vehicles in depth from the comfort of their homes. This trend is especially prevalent among younger consumers who prioritize convenience and a frictionless buying experience. Tesla has been the trailblazer in this regard, proving that online-only car sales can be highly successful. Tesla's model has demonstrated that with the right digital infrastructure and customer engagement strategies, it is possible to bypass traditional dealerships and still deliver a compelling buying experience. GM's move to follow suit shows that they recognize the power of online retail and are positioning themselves to compete in this space. By focusing on EVs and building a strong online presence, GM is tapping into two of the biggest trends shaping the future of the auto industry. But while the transition to online sales is promising, there is one major thing they need to overcome: legal issues and risks. In many states, laws protect traditional dealerships by preventing automakers from selling directly to consumers. These laws were put in place decades ago to ensure that dealerships, many of which are small, family-owned businesses, could thrive without being undercut by the manufacturers themselves. GM will likely face legal battles in states that have strict dealership protection laws. They may need to lobby for changes at the legislative level, arguing that the industry has evolved and that consumers should have the option to buy directly from the manufacturer. However, this won't be an easy task, as dealership associations have historically wielded significant political power and will fight to maintain the status quo. Overcoming these legal hurdles will require a strategic approach, including building alliances with policymakers and demonstrating the benefits of direct sales to consumers and the broader market. Legal strategies might involve negotiating phased implementation or pilot programs to showcase the benefits and address concerns. In addition to legal challenges, there's also the risk of consumer hesitancy. While online car buying is becoming more popular, it's not yet the norm. Some buyers still prefer the traditional dealership experience, where they can sit in a vehicle, take it for a test drive, and speak face-to-face with a salesperson. GM will need to do something. If GM's online platform isn't seamless, or if there are delays in vehicle deliveries, they risk frustrating customers and damaging their brand reputation. Building and maintaining a world-class e-commerce platform for cars is no small feat, and GM will need to ensure that they get it right from day one. This includes rigorous testing of their digital systems, continuous improvement based on customer feedback, and having contingency plans in place for any unforeseen issues. Additionally, managing inventory and coordinating deliveries efficiently will be critical to meet consumer expectations and maintain satisfaction. But at this point, they can't back down because it is like survival for them. Let me tell you why in detail. Price wars. The electric vehicle price war is heating up, and it's creating waves that ripple through both domestic and international markets. In April 2024, Tesla, along with a lot of Chinese players like Li Auto and BYD, launched a full-blown price war, slashing prices on over 40 different EV models. This isn't a small tweak or an annual sale. These are some of the most aggressive cuts we've ever seen in the history of the Chinese auto market. The catalyst? Sluggish sales figures and stiff competition from a flood of new entrants into the market. It's a high-stakes game where survival seems to hinge on who can offer the lowest price. What does this all mean for the market dynamics? Well, it's not just new cars that are feeling the pinch. The aftershock of this price cut frenzy is even shaking the used car market to its core. Traditionally, a new car would lose about 5 to 10% of its value each year, a slow and steady decline. But now, with prices of new EVs dropping like a stone, the value of used EVs is plummeting even faster. It is like a domino effect. Consumers and dealers are both caught in a chaotic whirlwind, making it increasingly difficult to navigate this unpredictable landscape. And here's where it gets really interesting. The price war isn't confined to China anymore. The ripples are spreading out, especially in international markets. Companies like BYD and Great Wall Motor are slashing prices in Southeast Asia, trying to carve out a niche and gain some traction against established players like the Japanese automakers. This isn't just about making sales overseas, it's a strategic play to offset losses back home, where competition is fiercer than ever. And in the US, Tesla and Ford are doing the same thing. The international market isn't just an afterthought, it's part of a calculated gamble to ensure long-term viability in a crowded field. See, economics plays a vital role too. Falling battery prices are giving manufacturers some breathing room. The cost of key battery materials, most notably lithium, has dropped significantly in the past year. This allows manufacturers to lower retail prices while still keeping their profit margins relatively intact. It's a win-win on the surface. Consumers get more affordable EVs, while companies can maintain a foothold in a rapidly changing market. But hold on, this isn't a fairy tale where everyone wins. While consumers are reveling in lower prices and greater access to EVs, car manufacturers are dealing with a whole set of challenges that could put their profitability at risk. The tone has shifted, with companies like Stellantis expressing real concern over what they're calling a potential bloodbath in pricing strategies if the trend continues. If competitors like Tesla keep slashing prices, it begs the question, how sustainable is this for the long haul? In this high-octane environment, the stakes are enormous. Will these aggressive price-cutting strategies lead to a diluted market where consumers get the short end of the stick in the long run? As we watch this battle unfold, one thing is clear. The EV landscape is rapidly evolving, and the implications are profound. Amidst the rush for lower prices, both consumers and manufacturers must navigate a maze of challenges that could redefine the industry as we know it. The question looms large. Who will emerge victorious from this chaotic clash of titans, and at what cost? Well, right now it looks like Tesla, and do you know why? Well, their direct-to-sales approach. How to fight a price war. Here is where everything clicks. The reason why I am telling you about the price war. See, shifting gears to a direct-to-consumer sales model isn't just a minor tweak for electric vehicle manufacturers, it's a game changer, especially when you consider the fierce price wars and cutthroat competition currently shaping the market. This is one of the reasons Tesla is winning. With this approach, there's a significant cost efficiency to be gained. By sidestepping the traditional dealership network, manufacturers can dramatically cut down on distribution and marketing expenses. Research shows that ditching the franchise dealer model could lead to a staggering 6 to 8% reduction in vehicle costs. This isn't just a number, it's a lifeline in today's price-sensitive market where every penny counts, and competitors are vying for every last sale. But it doesn't stop there. Let's talk about consumer empowerment. With DTC sales, customers gain the upper hand in their purchasing journey. Imagine having a broader selection of vehicles at your fingertips, straight from the manufacturers themselves. The new model allows manufacturers to connect directly with their buyers, cultivating a more personalized experience throughout the purchasing phase. This direct line of communication can lead to deeper engagement, which is crucial in a crowded marketplace where standing out from the competition is essential. Increased customer loyalty and repeat business are the natural byproducts of this nurtured relationship, cornerstones of success in today's branding environment. When consumers feel they have a voice, they're far more likely to engage and ultimately commit to a purchase, even if the competition offers something cheaper. Then there is the market agility factor, which is more important than ever. By selling directly to consumers, EV manufacturers can pivot more quickly in response to market demands and the evolving landscape of consumer preferences. This speed is essential. People are increasingly leaning toward electric vehicles propelled by environmental concerns and shifting regulations. In an industry that changes by the minute, being able to adapt on the fly can significantly impact sales and brand perception. Finally, let's address the potential for increased sales. Recent reports highlight that facilitating direct-to-consumer sales approach could lead to a remarkable surge in EV adoption. Estimates suggest that sales could climb by as much as 13% by 2030 if the shackles of restrictions on direct sales are loosened. This potential for growth isn't just a bonus. It's a critical avenue for manufacturers who aim to carve out their space in an intensifying market. But what's your thoughts on this? Let's know in the comments. Thanks for watching. See you on the next video.